when they should have been looking at real reforms.
And again, I find this unwillingness to embrace what is for people the most important thing: access to 24/7 care. Quite shocking.
I don't have a problem with it, but I want to know how you're going to pay for it. And what you say is, we're going to pay for it because we have a long-term economic plan.
Their point, okay? The point about this is very simple. You can only have a successful NHS and invest in it if you've got that strong economy. And what we've seen is 12 billion in cash go in this Parliament, extra cash. And the reason I'm saying it is because compared to where you've been in power on the NHS for the last 14 years in Wales, you have cut the budget, and the consequences are appalling. You talk about waiting lists here.
If you're going to make promises about the NHS, you need to tell the public how you're going to pay for it, because you can't just make empty promises.
Well, if you let me
just
finish,
like
I am telling you how we're going to pay it.
A wrong promise, and so did David Cameron about Chase Farm. You're making the same promise again about a 7-day-a-week NHS, which of course everyone agrees with. Everyone agrees with the idea of being allowed to die at home. But you need to be able to show how you're going to pay for it. And if you can't show how you're going to pay for it, then why should the public believe you?
Even allowing Nick Dubois for the fact that you might not have the specific figures about how you're going to pay for it, what would be your guess as to how they're going to pay for it?
Well, I've given the answer. First of all, we've pledged an additional 2 billion per year, right? That's supporting Simon Stevens, the Chief Executive's plan to balance the extra funding that he asked for in the NHS. We can only give that because we've got a growing economy, unemployment is going down, and what we've actually got is the whole economic position of Britain strengthening, which allows us to put the money into the NHS, and that's the commitment. The reality is all the promises from Labour are meaningless because they don't have an economic plan.
Well, do you know what? All our